Plastic Magician by Charlie Holmberg. This is 225 pages and 19 chapters. It's the fourth book in the Paper Magician series. I really enjoy this universe. I really like the series as well. The materials, bonding to a material to enable the magic, and then supposedly picking your material for life. I really like that whole concept and that idea, and Disney agrees. Disney own the movie rights to this book series. So female author and an inquisitive female lead in this role of Alvie. She is an American of German parents, and they live in Ohio, where she studies to become a magician. And in order to become a magician, you apprentice and then take your exam. And so her apprenticeship ends up being abroad in England. So she ends up choosing plastic as her material, and it has to be a material made by man. So fire, paper, plastic, metal, rubber, blood, and glass are the materials that we know of. I mean, this universe could be interesting, but the key is man-made. The metal, it has to be an alloy, not a pure metal. So very interesting concept. I thought it was really unique, and yeah, just a good book overall. The chapters were good, spaced properly. I think it made it easy to read. Some things that I didn't like was I kept reading, instead of Alvie being the main character, I read it too fast, too quickly as alive, and so I would have to stop and reread a sentence. So that was my own doing, nothing at the fault of the author. But I also read the back of the book, and I shouldn't have done that. It is, a protagonist versus an antagonist kind of thing. There's a rival magician kind of deal, and it's all that. But there were a few, there's this kind of a mystery surrounding, there's a few clues and hints that it could be certain different people who keep breaking into these laboratories, the plastic magicians' laboratories, and stealing stuff or looking for stuff, break-ins. And the back doesn't give it away. It's not like the movie trailers that, give the whole plot line away, but it was enough to tip the scales and kind of made me assume who done it. But those were the only two things I didn't like. What I did like, the previous trilogy, the first three books, were all from a woman who had the photographic memory, the eidetic memory. And really what I liked here is that this main character, Alvie, she studied. She was passionate. She was inquisitive. She wanted to do the things. And the passion was what drove her. And instead of being gifted, she had passion and desire. I thought that was really cool. That was a good thing to teach maybe a young adult or a younger reader. And I don't know who the target audience is, but I liked the message. I thought that was really cool. The New Magician, the first few chapters, I was like, oh man, I was expecting it to be the same magician from the first three books, the same area, all that stuff. But really, it grew on me. And the New Magician being Alvie, into plastics, it's a new area. It's a new area of study, new magic, new magician, new storyline. It grew on me, and I did end up liking the New Magician. That was a new twist. Rather than having one magician learn every single, material, New Magician. So I liked that a lot. There were a few old characters that returned, so you're not disappointed that it's all new. That was fun, little drop-ins here and there. And of course, I loved the awkwardness between Bennett and the main character, Alvie. They had a little bit of what you think is a relationship, and it's just totally awkward, and it's amazing. And it's everything I think of as a teenage relationship to be. I think they're like early 20s, so it's not quite there, but you get the idea. Awkward teenage relationship. It was great. I couldn't get enough of that part. Yeah, and really I liked the inventiveness and the inventions. Alvie wanted to discover new things, and the aptly named discovery convention, which her mentor is presenting at, she wants to go as well. And it's really cool. She loves to read, which I do too, so that made it easy to relate to. She's always trying to come up with new gadgets and gizmos and inventions. I like to think of myself like that, but it's not a big deal. So that was an easy connection there. Yeah, just a really good story. It moved smoothly. It didn't stumble at all. It just flowed really well. Liked the story, like the ideas, like the universe. So there was 2 quotes here that I want to share with you. My papa said that the world can take all it wants from a man, but he has to give up his integrity freely. That really stood out to me. Really, yeah, you can choose how the world to react to what life gives you, but you know, integrity is something that you have to give away. So it's within you. It's a pretty key trait there. So that was pretty cool. That was Alvie's father's advice, and this is Alvie's mother. I always thought it was a joke, but it's true. The weather has an effect on the body, even when you're not standing in it. Alvie's mother said her knees bothered her when it rained, and this was, you know, Alvie replaying that quote. And that to me, it really, yeah, when it's rainy and dreary outside, you just want to hang out and take a nap and not do anything. So that stood out to me as well. This book went by way too fast. It was a good read, a quick read, just a fun book, fun series, fun universe. Read it if you can, and buy your books used.